just because someone is a good person does not necessarily mean that they will be a good partner. And yeah, so let's just say you met this really nice guy or you met this really nice girl, and you think, wow, they'll be a really great husband or they'll be a really great wife. Not the case. That's not how it really works. Just because someone's a really great person, just because they are morally great, just because they are a nice person, just because they work hard, they're very social, and all of that does not mean that they'll be a great partner. That's not how it works. Chances are they are more likely to be a great partner, but it does not necessarily mean that they are. It's like there's a high correlation between great people and great partners, but there's no causation. And we should not confuse causation and correlation. That's a big mistake that people do. And the reason why some great people are not great partners is it's because they might just not be compatible with you. That's just the case. Sometimes they might not be compatible with you, and that will cause a lot of problems. And sometimes, let's say that they are a great person, yet they don't really need that much of social interaction to live life. Perhaps they can go weeks and weeks on end without messaging anyone. Like they might be a complete introvert. They might go weeks and weeks on end without messaging anyone, and they can be perfectly satisfied with that. And if that's what they want to do with their life, then kudos to them, like great for them. However, if they are in a relationship, a romantic relationship, that might cause some problems for most people. Most people want at least a good morning message in their life from their partner. However, if they are the type of person who does not do that, then perhaps they are not a great partner for most people. And that sucks because that just goes to show that being good is really not what's important in relationships with someone. It's more compatibility. And most people think, yes, for someone to be compatible with me, you know, they have to be a great person, they have to be all of this, blah, 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 blah. But that's not how it really works. Compatibility just means, just think of it like this. Just think that someone just placed a mirror in front of you, and that's it. Compatibility is just a way to find someone who mirrors you. It's just that they're the opposite sex or they're just a different person. Or perhaps even in same-sex scenarios, it's just that they're a different person who just mirrors you mostly, who mostly mirrors you. And that's just what compatibility is. Someone who can just mirror you. Like, even a lot of studies show that for most successful relationships, there needs to be a lot of, let's say, similar interests, or the two people involved in the relationship needs to be very similar for the relationship to work successfully. If they are too dissimilar, it can cause dysfunction in the relationship, and that's not really the best or the most useful thing for any kind of long-term sustainable relationship. So yeah, going back to the mirroring point, the mirroring point is, I think, a really great point, because say that you are a really insecure person, you are a very insecure person, so chances are you are going to attract, or at least people who are going to be most compatible with you are really insecure people. That's just how it works. You say that you are like very socially anxious, you're just anxious, not just socially, you're just anxious about literally everything. You're very insecure about your appearance, you're insecure about a lot of things. And it's not very pleasant, is it? Now imagine you invite someone, and as a result of all of these insecurities, you become compatible with someone who mirrors that to a certain extent. What if your partner is also very insecure? What if you're both very anxious, and as a result of that, you can't really trust each other fully? And because of that, it drives up the anxiety in the relationship even more. That's not a very healthy relationship. And yeah, that he is really sad. But now let's just change the scenario to something else. What if you're really insecure and you invite someone else who's also insecure, but they're insecure more in like a manipulative way? What I mean by that is that they can manipulate you very easily. They can trick you very easily because, in a sense, you're very anxious, you're very insecure, you're like a child basically to them. So they can trick you very, very easily. And the reason why they can trick you is also because they are insecure, or they are, a shit person about something in their lives, and they are just using that as an excuse to hurt you. This is why the mirror exercise is like really great, because it helps you see all of your flaws, and those flaws are chances are those flaws are the flaws that you'll see in your partner when you eventually do find someone. Like, if you are a really great person, 10 out of 10, amazing, perfect, then you'll also meet a perfect person. But we don't live in a society like that, or at least we don't live in a world like that. No one can really be perfect. The only thing that we can do is strive to be better. And in relationships, at least the most practical thing to do in relationships is to basically become a person that you're happy in being, or at least become a person that you're happy to be around. So what I mean by that is, like, imagine you meet someone else and that person is a really great person and you're happy to be around that person. Become a person like that. So eventually when you get into the dating market, you try to date, chances are you are more likely to respect yourself more, and you'll only be with those kinds of people, be with those kinds of partners who actually respect you. And the thing about that is that, everyone has flaws, so you need to accept what kind of flaws your partner needs to have. Like most people, when they think of like, a great partner, they list all of their good qualities, but they never list all of their bad qualities. But the thing is, that's not practical because no one's perfect, not even you. So you have to list all of those, negative qualities about these other people. And you have to come to terms with which of these qualities you'll be fine with. You have to do it, or else you'll increase your expectations of the relationship to such a high extent that not even a single living person would be able to fulfill those expectations. That's just how it works. Because every single partner, every single person will disappoint you to a certain extent. That's just how reality works. No one can satisfy all of your needs. Even yourself, you will also disappoint people whether you like it or not. So you have to keep your expectations under control, because if you let all of your expectations run out of control, what you are going to do is, whether you want to do it or not, what you're subconsciously you are going to do is, you are going to place all of these expectations on someone, even though these expectations are very, very difficult to achieve, even if they were like, a goal or something. And when they eventually fail to, live up to these expectations, you're going to be thoroughly disappointed. So you have to control all of these expectations if you want to live, or at least if you want to find a really great partner. That's just how it's going to work. And Jesus Christ, I don't know if you can hear this, but there's a dog barking and it's really annoying. This dog does not usually bark like this, but today I don't know why, but it's barking a lot. Eh? Who cares? So anyway, yeah, that's the thing about expectations. You need to keep them under control. And the best way to do that is to just look in front of a mirror and keep your expectations about yourself under control. So eventually, when you do place those expectations on someone else, they'll be more realistic of what you want. So yeah, that's how I think, that's what I think, at least that's the way I think in which you can find the most compatible partner. It's not to find someone good, but rather it's to find someone who is compatible and who basically accept them for who they are, and to be willing to accept all of their bad qualities and good qualities, or at least the qualities that you want to see in them. I'm not saying to accept every bad quality that they have, but rather I'm just asking you to make a list of everything that you'll be fine with, that you'd accept. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and see ya.